Hey y'all, it's me, Reborn Tabby. So, this is the little baby that I had been working on, and I'm finishing him up so then that way I can go ahead and get my custom going and get that one finished. But I did just want to come on here and I wanted to do something a little bit different in sharing us putting this baby together. Yeah, I just wanted to kind of bring you guys along and share that. I did kind of already do all the more boring parts of the putting together. So I filled the body already. The limbs are already filled and they're just ready to put on. So now is really the process of actually putting this baby together and having it be born. So yeah, I'm gonna bring you guys down so then that way we can look a little bit closer, more at Dustin, less at me. If you guys are new to my channel, so I just recently started painting babies myself, and this will be my third baby that I painted. So once we get little baby Dustin all together, that's when I will kind of do like a details video and all that kind of stuff. But you know, we'll get a little diaper onesie and then we'll kind of do details and all that kind of stuff. So sorry if you guys hear my cat as well. She is probably annoyed that she's not in here, but the animals are not allowed in this room in particular, so I apologize if you hear nothing but screaming from our cat. That one would be Thor. So what I'm gonna do, because I usually like to, when I'm putting the babies together, I usually like to do the head last. So I'm gonna go ahead and take little baby Dustin's head. We're just gonna kind of set it over here for right now. Like I said, I like to do these kind of like one by one. So usually I'll start with the legs. And yeah, so we'll start with the legs, and I kind of clip these kind of as I go along, just so then that way they're not like whipping around or poking on things or anything like that. But yeah, so these are the little bountiful baby bodies that I have for these ones, and I like it because I do have this little separate piece of fabric. I do have the baby fat pellets in here as well. So we're gonna do one leg at a time. So we'll start with this leg, and I do kind of already have these like threaded through, if you will, because I did try to get them in a spot that I wanted them together, at least close enough, because I like to actually see the babies together before I like start painting them, just because I feel like sometimes it'll help give me an idea of what I want that baby to look like, and I don't know, just give me an idea for the poses and stuff like that that the baby will have. So yeah, and I just kind of check to make sure. Obviously we don't want it like too loose that these can come off, but again, I mean, most people who are purchasing or collecting these babies, they are not really like pulling on the limbs like this to get them to do that. So I don't really worry about them like being on super tight. Now everybody is going to be a little bit different because everybody likes their babies different. This is just how I do my babies, and I just like to make sure that they have like a nice easy flow, especially because I don't use the rings on them. So again, just making sure that their limbs obviously are not going to pop out super easy. If I have to try to pull at it to poke and prod and pull off the limb, then that's probably like good enough warning that, hey, that limb is probably good. So what I'll do is, I'm thinking that that's gonna be good. Again, I like it because if I really try hard enough, I can kind of squeeze it out, but that makes it even kind of harder to like get back in if you do that. So maybe we'll tighten this one just a hair bit more. And I like to kind of like pull the cloth as well, just because I think it kind of resets where the little zip tie is at. So yeah, I think that that's going to be perfect. And we'll go ahead and clip this side. I'm using like little cuticle clippers. That's usually what I use to clip the babies. Let's see if I can. Yeah, just little cuticle clippers. And I'll just kind of come over here and snap it. Bam. We won't clip the baby or anything like that. So like I said, everybody likes them different, but I really like their limbs to move freely and easily, just because, I don't know, I think that it makes it more lifelike when their limbs move like that. Especially when I went to the doll show, I noticed a lot of the dolls that, like, when I picked up and stuff like that, a lot of them actually had limbs that were very tight. Like, I mean, you couldn't even move them. Like, you couldn't even move them like this. They just were so tight on there that, like, they just moved like this. They didn't really get to have, like, a rotation. Which, again, that's per everybody's preferences, but definitely something that I was looking at when kind of admiring and looking at other people's dolls. So, same kind of thing. We're going to get this baby in a little position right here to where we can kind of see. That's kind of what I'm talking about, like with the fabric. I just like to kind of pull on it and make sure. So I'd probably do that one just a little bit tighter. Again, I'm going to pull on this fabric, kind of rotate it, make sure that it rotates somewhat easy. Most people who are collectors are not, like, really roughly handling these babies, trying to make their limbs come off. So, like I said, I just like the rotation factor of it. And we'll clip that little leg. But yeah, this is the first time that I'm doing a baby borning video on here. I did show you guys like a little short and everything of when, you know, Casper was being born. But this is the first time that I'm actually doing it for a baby that I am making that will be up for adoption. So I appreciate you guys coming along for the ride and, you know, try to make this video something special for this baby's first day. I think that a lot of, not just putting these babies together and making these babies is just about like all the materials and that kind of aspect of it, but I think a lot of it too is the sentimental aspect of, you know, caring for them and, you know, sharing with you guys them being put together. And I think that that's really something special, and not every baby or not everybody has the time to kind of do a video like that, but I really wanted to make time to do that and make this happen. So I'm just checking the arm and seeing, like, again, for rotational purposes, making sure too, like, this is another thing, is making sure that it's not gonna like just pop out when a little bit of pressure, something like that, is made. So I'll tighten that just a little bit more, and you can still get that nice rotation, but again, most people are not super pulling on their baby's limbs. I think that that's gonna be like perfect. And if not, then, you know, we got more zip ties. We got more zip ties. We can try it again. But again, so you see how this arm just easily moves for this baby. Super nice. So this baby is actually a very, very what I would call like a strawberries and cream coloration. I kind of wanted to give this baby a little bit of like baby rash, and I don't know, I like to give them all different, very specific looks. So, as you guys know, if you guys have watched some of my other videos, little Louie has like a little bit of jaundice and is a little redhead. So, you know, that makes little Louie the special baby that they are, which they are still available. And both of these babies, both little Louie and this baby Dustin, are going to be up on my reborns.com, which my nursery on there is Reborn Taddy. So this is what we're going to do is I'm going to put this little arm up on here, and then I'm going to kind of see how this is looking on this side. Yeah, I think maybe just a little bit tighter on this arm. Again, I don't want to lose that rotation, but I definitely want to keep the arm on there. So, oh yeah, that's much better. Much better, and you could tell because you see if you pull it like this, obviously that baby's arm is not going to be coming out. Not unless you're forcibly forcing that baby's arm out by squeezing it, but the rotation is perfect. So I would say that that is good, and we'll go ahead and clip this one. There you go, little baby Dustin. Yeah, and as you guys know, my babies do come gender neutral, so I try to use terms like they, them, just so then that way the future parent is able to gender this baby kind of whatever they would like. Here we go. We're gonna turn this little baby Dustin around. Make sure everything is really nice on here. I'm gonna kind of do a little test hold here of picking little Dustin up, and man, this baby has like some really thick thighs. Like, look, you could see those thighs from the side, yo. This baby thick thighs, for sure. That was something that I really liked about this little Dustin sculpt. All right, so I think that we're ready for the head of little baby Dustin. So what I'm gonna do is I just usually just kind of tuck this the polyfill. I do use the like silky polyfill in there, so I just kind of tuck that because again, I don't really want that stuff to kind of like get caught up, or I don't know, get kind of crazy. Sorry, this little boppy was sliding off. But yeah, I'm just gonna tuck it in just so then that way it doesn't get stuck in between any of the creases. So, because obviously once we get the head on, we can kind of like squish it back out and, you know, not really worry about that. So that's what we'll do. And then I'm gonna get little Dustin's head right here. Little Dustin's ready to be born. So come over here. Again, I did kind of already put these together, and I had them tightened enough to where we can just pop on this stuff. And like I said, I just wanted to, I don't know, see what he would be like to get together. Perfect. So there we go. There's the little head. I'm gonna kind of pull on this. Maybe I might switch little baby Dustin to the other side, just so then that way we can see what we're doing on this end over here. Yeah, so we're gonna tighten that a little bit again because we don't have the rings or anything. Now the head, I do want it on there a little bit tighter, but still not super tight. So I would say that that's gonna be like super perfect right there. So you see there's quite a bit of swivel, but not really enough room for that head to come off. So let's go ahead and we will born baby Dustin. And then I'm going to pause the video because I do like to record the times that they're born. So then that way I can check the time and see when that is. And then I will tie it back into the video. But let's go ahead and get little baby Dustin in a position of birthing to welcome little baby Dustin into the world. Here, we'll put this little arm right here. Nice, nice. Just like that. And then I'll come around and clip them. And Dustin is born! Yay! The last one. Okay, let me pause this video because I gotta check the time. Okay, the time of little Dustin's birth was 3:45 p.m. So that's when this little baby was born. It was all finished. So now we're gonna go ahead, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put little baby Dustin in a little diaper and a onesie, and then that way we can kind of look at little baby Dustin's details. So little Dustin will come with the Huggies onesie and just in plain white. Like I said, all this stuff is really just gender neutral. I want y'all to be able to choose the gender. Now baby Dustin's got a big head, so I mean, oh well, I guess rewind. I mean, Dustin needs a diaper. Come on, I almost forgot Dustin's little diaper. Been pooping all over the place. Dustin, don't be pooping. Not on camera. Not pooping all over the place, please. Okay, so we'll go ahead and scrunch the legs. And get this little diaper under little Dustin. It's big old booty. Okay. Go ahead and bring that up. So cute. Yeah, you guys will definitely have to let me know what you think about little Dustin. How adorable you think little Dustin is, because I mean, look at him. Look at him. They're so cute. Yeah, and you know, I mean, I understand not everybody is one for like baby scratches and super hyper realism, but honestly, I try not to put too many limitations on how these babies can come out. I just kind of let them kind of be created in their own little creativity. So, you know, I don't want to kind of, I don't know, I don't want to make them have expectations of what I'm going to do with them, just because I feel like you can't really expect that with any baby that's kind of born. Sometimes babies, they're just born and they're just born with certain things that, you know, you just don't anticipate. So, which totally makes sense to me. Okay. There we go. And now, let's go ahead and we'll face little baby Dustin towards y'all so y'all can see him. And now, I'm going to put on Dustin's little onesie. So, maybe I'll move their little arms move those down for this big old head. Make sure that we don't. There we go. There we go. We're just going to pull that kind of over the ears, down the neck. There we go. Perfect. I'm going to do this arm first. But yeah, you guys will definitely have to let me know what you guys think about little Dustin. And, you know, knowing little Dustin is my third baby that I've painted so far. I have been trying to kind of do some different things. Like I did add skin texture to this little Dustin, which I think came out really cute. I'm still kind of playing with it and, you know, trying to figure out how I like to do it with this little Dustin. I kind of wanted to make them have, like, I don't know, kind of like drier, like I said, rashy kind of baby skin, because that is something that some babies have when they're born. So you'll notice once we kind of do the little details view and stuff like that, you'll notice a lot more like the hyper close-ups of what Dustin's skin actually looks like. So there we go. Almost got it. Pull this little tab here. Go ahead and connect that. Alright. Yeah, little Dustin got some chunky thighs. That's for sure. So we're gonna go ahead and give this like a nice little tug. So then that way this is a little bit nicer around little baby Dustin's thighs. Perfect. Just like that. Awesome. Okay. So, here's a closer shot of little baby Dustin. So, let's go ahead and we'll kind of start with like the feet and stuff like that so that y'all can kind of see them. So like I said, little baby Dustin does have kind of more of a strawberries and cream, like newbornish pink kind of tone to them, which I think is super cute. You guys can kind of tell I'm fairly like, I don't know, kind of olive type skin, so you can see kind of like little Dustin's skin like around my skin. This is little Dustin's big thigh. There is the knees, so I did do the knees like a little bit extra blushy, so they have a little bit of extra reddish kind of blush on there. And then I think it's, oh yeah, it's this little foot has the little mark for where they take the baby's blood. Boop. That little prick. So it does have the little newborn baby prick. Baby Dustin does have like some little kind of blotches and little extra redness in certain spots. This is little Dustin's toes. So let's see if I can get that close enough to you guys. There we go. So Dustin's toes are tipped. They are tipped and they are glossed. If y'all can see that. Definitely each toe is. And I didn't really tip them like super white or anything. They kind of are a little bit like an off-white. But that is, I don't know, what I think is like a little bit more natural of a look for that. So, yeah. And then we'll move to the arms. So, here is the nails on little Dustin for the little hand. Let's see. There we go. There's the little pinky one. Sorry, it's like trying to focus on the other nails. let's show you those ones, because those ones actually might be a little bit more easily visible. So there's those nails as well. The little fingernails I do have, like where they have the light moons, and just like I said, the very off-white tipping in the little nails. Let's see if we can see little Dustin's thumbnail. Yep, there we go. And definitely this baby has veining and stuff. It's not necessarily as prominent as Casper's veining. So, show you guys the arm. Super cute. And then also too, like I said, because of Dustin kind of having like baby rash and stuff like that, I don't know if you guys can see the texture up close of Dustin's skin or not, but this is kind of like that more textured skin. And I do have Dustin like a little bit heavier textured in certain spots, just to kind of give that illusion of like the baby bumpiness or baby rashiness. And even then, like on Dustin's little arm, you know, kind of having some of that rashing, little baby rash type stuff on there. And then we will move to Precious Dustin's little face. So we'll start with the hair. So in the back, I'm gonna see if I can, maybe it's this way that we might have to have little Dustin. There we go. So if you can see at the neck as well, I did give Dustin's little special thing is I gave Dustin little stork bites. So you can kind of see, and obviously like this on camera does not do little Dustin justice. It just doesn't. But I did give like little stork bite back here. I did give Dustin like, I call it old man baby hair. I don't know, you guys know what old man baby hair is? Dustin's got like kind of a little bit of a balding spot right here. Definitely has the little calic right here. And then has like this hair pattern where it is kind of more full on the sides really than it is on the top. So kind of more full on the sides, and then it's kind of not as full on the top of the head, just again to give baby Dustin that like old man baby hair, where they're like practically born a little bit bald with like little baby mullets. That's kind of the vibe that I was trying to give with little Dustin. So you could see on this side, this is the painted hair, and he does have painted hair, and does have little ears, has all kinds of like, has glossing in the right spots. Again, if you can see kind of some of that baby rashing that I was talking about, and like the baby dryness. I also did it to where you can see capillaries. Let's face little Dustin this way because it might be a little bit easier to go that way. And then I also gave baby Dustin also too like some baby acne. So you can kind of see little baby acne, little capillaries in the face, capillaries in the eyes. Little Dustin does have very faint brows. I don't know if you could see that or not, but their eyebrows are painted on as well. I did also give baby Dustin Amelia on the nose, if you can see that. It is very subtle. I wanted it to be very subtle because I don't want it to look like a bunch of just white dots on the nose. I did some on the little cheek as well, like the beginning of the cheek. You can kind of tell. The under part of the nose, it is painted darker and glossed inside. Little Dustin's lips, they are glossed appropriately. I do kind of have them a little bit more wet on the top portion of the lip like that, just so that it's actually more in the mouth that's wet. And then kind of a little bit of the milk bump, and like I said, so this is little baby Dustin's lips and the nose with the little milia. You can kind of see little baby Dustin's eyebrows much better, kind of when I pulled back. So you can kind of see that. And then you can see the stork bite that I did that is right in the center of the forehead. Which again, like I said, I wanted to give little Dustin something special. Something that is theirs, that give them a little bit more character. So, but yeah, this is little Dustin and little Dustin's face. You can kind of see the stork bite a little bit better too when it's kind of a little bit further back like that. I do have the edges of the eyes glossed as well. Little Dustin does not have eyelashes, and I don't know if this is just me as an artist or like as a personal preference or something, but honestly, I don't know. I hadn't put eyelashes on them yet, and I don't know if it's just because, like, for me, when I am like holding these babies and stuff, I do like to just kind of like, I don't know, pretend like I'm wiping their little eyes and stuff. And so when I do that, and I like them without lashes, but I am willing, you know, to any future parent of my babies, I am willing to put lashes in them. So if that's something that you do want, I can do that. If that's something that you want upon request, I am more than happy to do so. But I just really, I like the baby look without lashes. Again, I don't know if that's just like a personal preference or what that really comes down to, or artistic preference, but I just think that they look so new, because a lot of the times you don't really get to see a lot of like newborns with very thick lashes or anything like that. So I don't know, could just be a me thing too, so I'm not exactly sure. But there's little Dustin. I do have these little sockies, so we'll go ahead and put on these little socks for Dustin's little feet. Something that I really like too is that when doing the varnishing and like the matting type process and everything like that, I made it to where the feet kind of aren't as textured and the hands are not as textured as like some of the baby rash type skin parts. So there's a lot of different textures that are in this baby that I think that their parent will appreciate, just because feeling little Dustin, like the ears are very smooth, but then you kind of get to the little cheeks, and the little cheeks kind of feel like little baby bumps and that kind of stuff. So little Dustin is a little bit more hyper realism. Now, of course, I'm a beginning artist, so I mean, little Dustin isn't going to be like the realest thing that you've ever seen, but like the veining in the foot, like just little small detail things like that that I really put into this baby and that I like to put into my baby style. Just because I'm also kind of finding my way as a reborn artist of what kind of style I have for my babies. So thanks for, going along and watching that too and seeing what that style is like. And if you guys haven't seen my other video of little Louie, you guys can go back to that video and see absolute everything that will come in their box openings. And I will put down in reborns.com everything that they come with, along with baby photos and, stuff like that, like more detailed pictures of them. But I do include these little gender neutral hospital gowns. They kind of have the little Noah's Ark little animals on them. They're like a very thin material, so that it is something that is really nice to put them in. And just kind of wanted to showcase you guys that little gown. And like I said, you guys can go back to my little Louie video to see everything that I am going to be sending them home with. But this little bib is actually because I do make them like special custom bibs per each baby that I do. And this is actually little Dustin's. So little Louie's was a little turtle, and little Dustin's I decided to do as like a little bear. And so these are the same kind of colors that the other turtle one has and stuff like that. It's like a pink heart, and we got the teal binky with the yellow bear. It's kind of like a brownish kind of color for where the black is, and it just is so cute. But these are bibs that I did the drawing by hand. Like, I hand drew this drawing. This is not from anywhere. You cannot buy this. This is handmade specifically for my babies to go home with. So there's that. I do not have a magnet in little Dustin. And the reason I don't have a magnet in Dustin is because I seen that a lot of people, they were saying that, with magnets and babies that are magnetized, that they're not a very good candidate for people with pacemakers. And, I do put a lot of effort into their medical abilities and their mobility abilities. So like the easy snap buttons, the gown to put on, like these things are so that it is easy to get off and on the baby, so that you can, look at the baby however you want to. Normally when people do like baby unboxings and stuff like that, they want to look at the feet first and that kind of stuff. So the gown, it has built-in mitts, and it allows you to kind of do all that. But I didn't put a magnet in little baby Dustin because I decided to just do a modified binky and do a little, let's see if it'll focus. Yeah, so I decided to just modify this little binky and basically just did it to where it's got a little pink Q-tip on there, because baby Dustin does have the mouth that is partially kind of open, so it doesn't go back very far or anything like that. But if we kind of turn little baby Dustin and you're able to kind of give him the binky just like that, and because it's just a little cotton swab on there, it's perfectly safe for them to have this baby if you do have a pacemaker, or you just can't, or you don't want a baby with magnets. The nice feature about baby Dustin is having that kind of partial open mouth, and I think that that's really cute for the little binky. Just being able to just take that out and put it in and not worry about a magnet or anything like that. And it does, it stays in there pretty well. So if we're picking up baby Dustin baby Dustin's going forward or anything like that. Like, this thing is not just gonna like fall right out. It's not super tough to get in there or anything like that. It is fairly easy. So it's just something that's different about Dustin opposed to the other babies that I've made, where I have had them have magnets, but baby Dustin will come with no magnet. If you do prefer to have a magnet, it is something that either you can add for yourself if you do get baby Dustin, or you can tell me. But honestly too, with the mouth and the way that little baby Dustin's mouth is, it kind of puts it to where you have to put the magnet in a weird spot, because baby Dustin does have like little tongue and a little gums like on the inside of the sculpt. So it does make that difficult for magnetizing as well. But it can be done. But I really do like the no magnet part about Dustin. And we're gonna go now and take some pictures before the daylight is gone. And I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all of the things, and let me know what you think. This baby, like I said, they will be available on my reborns.com. /Reborn Taddy is my nursery, and I'm gonna be putting baby Dustin up for $3.50, and that does include shipping. So if you are interested in baby Dustin, like I said, $3.50. I am shipping right now to the US only, so if that is something that you're interested in, you can email me any questions, or you can message me on reborns.com. If you have any questions or specific things that you want to know about Dustin, you can leave them in the comments. I will answer any and all which ways. But yeah, thank you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.